Alright. Gamers. Video game players. Red Nobara. Red Knobs. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. We've got her skills leveled up. Got her at grade 9. Yeah, let's just unlock grade 10 for the funsies. There you go. There's a little bit of stuff for her. She's not going to be level 100 here, but, you know, 94 is good. I'm going to take her in. I'm going to keep an open mind. I don't think it's going to go all that well for her. I don't think she's going to look particularly great. Alright, so let's dive in here, and I want to talk to you about some of the problems that she's got. So let's go straight to Nobara. So Hairpin requires 50 cursed energy and requires that we have nails. She's like all Nobaras. She works off of having nails in opponents. That's totally fine. Is what it is. Expected. So, throwing nails does damage. Debuffs them for curse technique and gives +3 nail count. Skill 2 deals ranged attack damage to all the enemies. It's pretty low ranged attack damage. Applies a debuff for 2 turns. Thankfully the nail count +1 for this is 7 turns, where this one's just 3. So they do take 13% more curse technique damage for 2 turns. That's kind of nice. But the damage on this isn't what you're going to be getting for it. And Hairpin's the really interesting one. I can see what they were trying to do. So anyone that's got a nail in them takes massive amounts of damage. 313% of curse technique, and then it removes all nail counts. And her ult doesn't actually do anything with nails except apply them. So it gives a nail count for 8 turns, and there is a guaranteed black flash in there as well, which is kind of nice. So what you're really trying to do here is stack up nails on as many enemies as you can. The problem is this only gives you 3, this only gives you 1, and then you want as many as you can get. But the 3s only last for 3 turns, so the best you can do is what, 9? And the best you can do here is like 7, but you're never going to get that far because you're either going to lose or you're going to win earlier than that. So her kit is fine for a really long battle, I guess, but it also requires you to have a lot of curse energy, which is why I'm not going to be doing the Hanami fight. Well, I'll do the Hanami fight, but like on very hard or something, so you can sort of see. But this is going to be the problem. Without having a lot of nails, she's not going to be able to get a huge amount of damage. So, okay, let's do this. Let's get nails into everyone. Nanami, Yaga. Let's get the buffs up with Yuji. And do the nails. Nice. Bit more damage than I would have liked. Alright, 1 tutoring, a little bit more. Nails. Good, so she's starting to get in a little bit of breakdown. Oh, we almost need Yuta just to keep everyone alive. Okay, so recollection skill, tutoring. Let's see if we can break Maki here. What I would like to do, actually, let's do 1 more nail count on. Let's add 3 nails to Kathy. Okay. Hopefully. Okay, that's not great. Cool, we're going to take a lot of damage now. Okay, cool. Great. But now you can see everyone's got lots of nails. This is probably about as good as we're going to get. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully we at least get the break. Maybe we get the KO here? Get the break here, and we'll see what happens to Panda. Yep, should get a universal break then. Okay, that was quite a bit of damage. That was more than I was expecting. Very good, alright. So let's do this. Let's do this. Come here. One big damage, big hit of damage, and there we go. Alright, we'll go into something a little bit harder. So she can certainly do damage, but she requires a lot of setup, and I think that's the problem. So let's go into a single target fight and just hammer in nails. Okay, so next thing we're going to check out is Hanami, EX1. I've brought my own Hanami to try and keep us alive for as long as we can. And obviously there's a lot of cursed energy going around. We're going to use Terrapulcra and Hanami's ults and all that sort of stuff to try and minimize the damage that we're taking. As well as using Yuta a little bit here for the same sort of situation. And thankfully we don't need to use this because we're not going to be doing a tremendous amount of curse technique damage. It would only be our own throwing nails. We also get to take down Hanami's damage because if you look at this, equal to curse technique, equal to curse technique. So all of Hanami's damage is curse technique based, and this will debuff that for 20% just the first time, but that'll make her hit a little less hard. So that's kind of nice. Yes. So hopefully we can do this one more. Tutoring again, curse speech again, get more nails in there. Good. We're keeping Yuta's curse energy reasonably high, so we're not going to use curse speech again. There we go. Just so he can heal everyone. Yep, there we go. Because then he can keep Yaga and all that sort of stuff topped up. Yeah. So 6 nails is about as good as we're going to get because it only lasts for 3 turns when you're using her primary skill, her skill 1. So we're just going to do this and we'll see how much damage Hairpin does here. So hopefully Hairpin at least gets the break. Yep, so 622, pretty good. What's the cooldown on this? 6 turns, cool, we'll be able to do it then. First Bud, that's fine. Tutoring again, we've got to get rid of our curse energy now. The curse speech. Let's strike with sharp strike. We'll get a nail in there. Probably won't matter too much, I imagine. But it does last a fair while. So we'll see how that goes. Yep, 512. So less than a 6 nail stack. So not a tremendous amount of damage. You've seen what we've been able to do with Yuta, where we're literally hitting in the millions here. But it's not terrible damage. It's not great, but it's not terrible. We'll kick here. We'll use the recollection skill because we probably won't get the kill before then. So we'll do what we can. And we'll take down, we'll put in 3 nails here. Look at Hanami taking literally 0, that's great. Okay, so we're at 0 ult gauge, that's fine. Kick here, curse speech here. We need to get rid of our curse energy, otherwise Hanami will do tremendous damage, so we will hairpin. Yep, so not a huge amount of damage, but actually not bad. EX1, so not, you know, EX2 or anything like that. But I've certainly seen worse. Tutoring. Go here, and we will minimize our overall curse energy, plus these last quite a while. So 7 turns, we'll get a couple of stacks of those, I reckon. And then see if we can't build up anything Oh, Yuta, if you could. Thank you, sir. First bud, kick, use, throwing nails. Nice. Ow. Alright. This Yaga with another kick. It's going to take a while. Get some curse energy up, but we just need to drive that forward. That's okay. Nice. Fulcra, tutoring. All much of a muchness now. Perfect. I'm going to see if I can't get one more hairpin in there, but to do that I'm going to need to minimize the overall damage that we're doing so we don't get the KO. So I'm not going to ult with Yuta, I'm just going to keep basic attacking and then going with curse energy. So this might actually work if you get a little bit of luck. Throwing nails, yep. Nice. So 8 nails, that's good. They're going to start falling off though, so that's not ideal. Kick, tutoring, curse speech. Don't have quite enough. So let's put 1 in with sharp strike. Use the Rex skill, see what we can do damage wise with 8 nails. Doesn't actually mean anything, but it'll get an extra nail. 300k. So we're pretty much fully buffed here, by the way. That's about what you'll cap out at. We are at 6 nails now. Okay, so we can do a couple of turns of these to try and get up a couple more. Yep, good. 9, that should fall to 6 again. 5, okay, that's not ideal. First bud. Fulcra, no. As you can see, she's kind of a bit awkward. First speech. Nice. 8, does that go back down to 5? 7, okay. Probably about as good as we're going to get, I imagine. That'll be the 2 triple stacks that we just did, plus 1 from the ult, I imagine. So we can actually get 1 more. Let's do that. Let's get 1 more. Oh, actually, no, we can't because Hanami is going to... Yeah, okay. Hanami is going to ult. Enemy Hanami is going to ult, and we can't really break it without... I think Yuta will KO here. We'll get the win. So, 7. Let's see where we're at. Let's do this. Tutoring. Hairpin. Hopefully hairpin breaks, but we'll need to see. Oh yeah. 641. Alright. Not a huge amount. Yaga, if you could. Yuta. Let's see what you get. This is an AoE, by the way. Yeah. They're not terrible, but you're just hitting everyone for the same, basically the same sort of damage, plus minus 10%. And Nobara is just kind of awkward. I obviously... Not perfect, because we didn't have 2 buffers for her. And she can certainly get things done. But I'm just... Just hard to recommend her, let's say. Alright, last thing. Get some recollection bits. Alright, so when you're building her, there's only really 2 ways to go about it. Curse technique up or damage up. Ideally, you can get a little bit of curse energy in there, but probably not going to happen. This is generally one of my favourite ones, especially for her, because at battle start 10 curse energy is going to be amazing, because it gets her closer to using the 50, the hairpin. plus 65% curse technique increase itself. So what that means is that even if you... Because you have to bear in mind, we were doing like what? 500-600k with Hairpin. And then her ult buffed with non-standard, which is an 85% curse technique increase for one time in one turn when you use an ult. Was hitting for about the same, if not a little bit less. So this is definitely the go-to one for her, I think. I think this is definitely the go-to. Because you can get it on... I mean, you could time it such that you throw it out on the ult, and then you got the carryover for the next turn for a Hairpin, or vice versa, which could be really quite good, and it gives you some curse energy. So that's really the best one for her. Other than that, standard things like Pride, or non-standard if you're doing the ults, or anything that gives generalized damage and or curse energy, probably. But with that said, that's been Red Nobara, probably the worst of the SSR Nobaras. But you can make her work, as you can with most units in this game, as long as you're helping out with Nanami and helping out with Yaga and all that. But that's it. I hope you guys have a great one. I'll catch you all in the next one.